Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, April 20th, 2024. I am Gerald Bryan. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines, 2 dead, 1 critical in motorcycles crash on CORENTYNE Road. Body of miner found floating in ESSEQUIBO River. Over 2,200 Guyanese benefited from UE programs on the goal, President Ali. GMSA proposes tax-free overtime, removal of VAT on local products. And First Son raises $6 million for animal welfare. Now for the news in detail. 2 young men are now dead and another is in critical condition following an accident involving 2 motorcycles on the CORENTYNE Highway in Berbice on Friday evening. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that at the time of the crash, none of the riders were wearing a safety helmet. Here is more in our lead story tonight.
The crash occurred at about 20 hours 30 on Friday at Williamsburg on the CORENTYNE. Those dead are 21-year-old Deolal Tulsi called Vikash, a ranger attached to the Albion Sugar Estate and of Topu, Hampshire CORENTYNE, and 22-year-old Ronnie Emmanuel, a laborer of Lot 167 Williamsburg. Injured is 17-year-old Viren Sitaran of Lot 62 Williamsburg Village. He was the pillion rider on one of the bikes involved in the crash. Police say Tulsi was riding motorcycle CM2969 while Emmanuel was riding CM50 with Sitaran as the pillion rider. They were both heading in different directions and according to eyewitnesses, both bikes were in the process of overtaking vehicles when the head-on collision occurred. Police reports say both cyclists were allegedly riding at a fast rate of speed when Emmanuel lost control of the bike and ended up in the path of Tulsi. All 3 men were injured. They were picked up in an unconscious condition and taken to the Port Moran Public Hospital, where Tulsi was pronounced dead on arrival, and Emmanuel succumbed to his injuries while receiving medical attention. Sitaran was treated for a fractured skull and transferred to the New Amsterdam Public Hospital and then moved to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. His condition is regarded as critical. Tulsi, who started working at the Guyana Sugar Corporation just 1 week ago, had his bike for the past 11 months. According to his 19-year-old wife, Devia Paramalu, he also did farming along with his brother. She said after work, Tulsi will go to the farm and will be home at about 19 hours.
So I see 8 o'clock pass, Carly said carry big brother tea to buy food and buy food too. So I say okay. You see like 8:30 pass and I come home, so call back and I answer. So I call back on the second call and strange person answer and say, ask.
Alright, could a strange person answer?
Next week speaking, so Ajay is calling Ajay wife. He said okay, he said your husband made an accident. I said okay, serious accident? He said yes, I need to come out.
The grieving young lady said it was impossible for her to get transportation out of Topu quickly and contacted her brother, who rushed to the scene.
He just said that the next motorbike is on top of Ajay 1 and Ajay is on it. Both of them. I carried to them that his face is a good attack. Carried to my brother, his face is too bad. Just his face. No, nothing with the arm, nothing with the feet, nothing, just his face.
Does he normally use a helmet?
Yeah. When we come out of the gate, he doesn't have it.
Meanwhile, there are reports that Emmanuel and his friend were seen at the bar not long before the crash. His father, Rudolph Emmanuel, said they may have been on their way home when the crash occurred.
Well, he told the brother he's going to left a bike gas at Port Moran. So, around about 7 o'clock. And I don't know exactly what time, but when I go out and reach him out there, I was after about 8:30 when I heard about the accident. So I'm here when you're coming back home now. The other guy overtake a truck and coming to his lane, and they two collide together. When you're about to swing it on, when you have to swing it on, when the bike collided to him, and both of them fell around. Also with his friend on back of the motorcycle.
The man related that when he arrived at the scene, he saw his son who suffered head injuries bleeding profusely from his nose.
But the time you don't have a helmet at the time, man. Yeah,
Describe the entire scene when you got out there watching yourself.
when I went out there, I saw a lot of people, and I saw my son. The next guy reached up and a friend, three of them lying on the road, public road, motionless.
And where were the bikes?
The bike was right near next to them. All three of them, just they one place. Nobody didn't scatter no way, they were just one place. My son Michael is a very good, hard working child. He loves to fix motorcycle. He loves music. He's a very sporty, not really drinking alcohol, but he like a music. And he's a hard working guy. And he's very friendly to his family, his brother and sister, all them was living so nice together.
What kind of person was?
Very good person, quiet, helpful, hardworking.
Police are continuing their investigations. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
One day after he had gone missing, the body of a minor was found floating in the ESSEQUIBO River late on Friday afternoon. The body of Exley Boyle, a 40-year-old resident of Batavia Village, a Cayuni riverine community, was found at about 17:30 hours and was fished out and escorted to the Bartica Hospital, where it was placed in the mortuary. According to reports, Boyle went missing on Thursday between 8:30 hours and 10:45 hours while traveling in the ESSEQUIBO River. His boat was found drifting in the vicinity of Baidarabo, ESSEQUIBO River, with the engine on. The police were summoned and subsequently contacted the missing man's wife. The woman related to investigators that her husband had dropped her off at Bartica and had left in the company of a 59-year-old chainsaw operator heading to Burn Bush. The police then questioned the operator, who disclosed that they had bought a bottle of liquor in Bartica, which they drank while heading to Burn Bush. The man said he was dropped off at Burn Bush, and Boyle subsequently left to return to Bartica in his boat. Investigations are ongoing. President Dr. Irfan Ali has lauded the current partnership between the Guyana government and the University of West Indies, disclosing that over 2,000 Guyanese students have graduated from UE programs under the Gold Scholarship Initiative, and another 650+ students are currently enrolled. Let's have a look.
Speaking at the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies annual gala, where he was presented with the Legacy Award on Thursday evening in New York City, President Dr. Irfan Ali said, UE plays a major role in Guyana's drive to provide tertiary educational opportunities to its citizens.
Today, under the Gold Scholarship Program, we have over 345 programs from 19 universities. More than 30,000 students are on this program in just 3.5 years. 75% of whom are women. But the great news is that in the last 3 years, 2,229 graduates came from the University of West Indies program, including 119 postgraduate programs, and currently we have 659 students enrolled for the University of West Indies programs. This is testimony to partnership.
According to President Ali, this collaboration is further evident in upcoming plans to establish a UE School of Medicine at the state-of-the-art teaching hospital being constructed in New Amsterdam, Berbice.
As Guyana tries to build a world-class education and healthcare system, we have decided to incorporate a medical school with the first level 5 hospital that we'll build. And that medical school will be the University of West Indies Medical School.
The Guyanese leader noted that UE has been doing tremendous work and this needs to be recognized. He also lobbied for efforts to be undertaken to encourage regional students to study at UE.
We do not compliment the University of West Indies now. Too often we find ourselves quoting reports that are extra-regional, when those very studies and reports are available in the University of West Indies and in the work that they do. I believe that we must value more who we are. We must value more what we produce. And we must value more and utilize more what we own. We own the University of the West Indies. And I believe that we in the region need to find more innovative ways in which we can help the University of West Indies by incentivizing studying there through the taxation system, through support to the corporate sector, write-offs, bringing in more of the education fund as deductibles. These are things that I think would help to stimulate more entry into the University of West Indies and more support for West Indian students.
Michelle Henry, Evening News.
Preparation for the long overdue Delegates Congress of the People's Progressive Party Civic, PPPC, are moving apace. This is according to executive member Zulfikar Mustafa, who disclosed that the ruling party's 32nd Biennial Congress will be held from May 3rd to May 5th at the Arthur Chung Conference Center, ACCC. Here is Trichel Sobers with the details.
The 32nd People's Progressive Party Civic Delegate Congress will be held under the theme Strengthen the Party, Defend Guyana, Unite All Our People for Progress and Prosperity. During an appearance on the Guyana Dialogue program, Party Executive and current Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa disclosed that the party's list of members is still being finalized. He believes that over 2,000 delegates from the 10 administrative regions across Guyana and overseas-based groups will participate in the exercise.
We have 35 members, full members of the Central Committee with 5 candidate members. So 40 persons, delegates and observers will be voting for the leadership of the party. This will be a very, very important Congress for us to chart the course forward. This is the highest decision-making forum of the party. So we are anticipating and looking forward to this Congress that will take us into the future.
The opening session of the Congress will be public and there will be a closing press briefing when the proceedings conclude to announce the outcome. Mustafa said the General Secretary's report will be made available to delegates ahead of the Congress in an effort to promote transparency among party members. On this point, he explained that the report will also serve as a guide for decision-making within the party.
The main issue is the General Secretary's report, and that will be giving us the guidance where delegates and observers will have a chance to discuss that report and make important decisions and suggestions so that the Congress can adopt those.
The 32nd Congress is overdue, and according to the party's constitution, it should have been held in 2019, however was delayed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the party's last Congress held in ESSEQUIBO from December 17 to 19 in 2016, Dr. Bart Jagdeo was elected General Secretary. Trichel Sobers, Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, GMSA proposes tax-free overtime, removal of VAT on local products. Please stay tuned.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
American-made Generac pressure washers from Sylvie's Variety Store give you the power you need to blast away dirt and grime. Providing the perfect cleaning power for any tough jobs around the house or business. From 2,500 to 4,000 PSI. So get the Generac pressure washer today with all the parts and accessories available from Sylvie's Variety Store.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. 6 animal shelters and welfare groups on Friday received donations totaling $6 million from a fundraising activity hosted by first son Zaid Ali at State House, the official residence of the first family. The 4-year-old son of President Dr. Irfan Ali and First Lady Arya Ali hosted the 3rd edition of his lemonade sale on Friday, which brought the lawns of State House alive with a number of other attractions. Hundreds of patrons who supported the event were treated to locally made lemonade, snacks and sweets, while the children enjoyed games, pony rides and face painting. The event was designed to raise funds to support animal welfare activities undertaken by 6 animal shelters and welfare groups. Those beneficiaries are Tales of Hope, Pause for a Cause, the Guyana Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, GSPCA, Rosewood Foundation, Hope for Animals Inc., and Forever Hope, a live animal rescue sanctuary. At the end of the event, each of the groups received a donation of $1 million to support their respective animal welfare activities and services. The funds were raised through sales and donations from a number of individuals and companies. The Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association, GMSA, wants overtime work to be tax-free, along with the removal of property tax and VAT on locally produced products, among other measures to create a robust foundation for economic growth. Find out more in this report. The Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association, GMSA, has proposed tax-free overtime and removal of VAT on local products. These proposals were made during consultations with the government on the 2024 national budget. Additionally, they were also included in the association's 2023 annual report compiled under the theme Expanding Trade Horizons Together. In arguing for overtime work to be tax-free, the GMSA said, this can serve as an incentive to employees to support extended work hours per day. The association added that the current severe shortage of skills and manpower affects productivity and project delivery. The GMSA further noted that measures need to be implemented to cushion the effects on Guyanese businesses and consumers. This is in light of the current global supply chain crisis, its impact on freight charges, and the uncertainty of its longevity. To facilitate a more enabling business environment and the housing drive, GMSA also proposed the removal of property tax. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News. The Guyana Rice Development Board, GRDB, has surpassed its production target in the first crop of the year, with approximately 209,000 acres of rice having been cultivated. Details in this Trishelle Sobers report.
Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa on Thursday disclosed that the Guyana Rice Development Board utilized the warmer than usual weather to its advantage, and critical and timely interventions were made by the body that saw the successful cultivation of the first crop for the year. The minister, who was at the time participating in a discussion on the Guyana Dialogue program, said that GRDB has already commenced a land preparation with approximately 150,000 acres receiving dry land preparation. Additionally, GRDB has already started sensitizing farmers about the advised sowing periods for the second crop. Extension officers are currently hosting awareness sessions with farmers within the rice-growing regions. According to Mustafa, the country's first crop for 2024 shows high acreage cultivation, and GRDB is aiming to double this with the second crop.
Last year, we have moved production to 653,000 metric tons we produced last year. The target this year we are setting is 710,000 metric tons to produce for rice. We have new markets. We have better yield in rice. For now, for example, we have seen this crop, the last crop, we have seen rice production increase from 35 bags per acre to now 45 bags.
The Agriculture Ministry in Guyana is actively evaluating new rice strains to determine the most suitable varieties for cultivation in the country. In 2023, Guyana achieved a milestone by launching the GRDB ECO 17, becoming the first country in the Caribbean and Central America to cultivate biofortified rice with zinc. This initiative contributed significantly to the first crop of rice in 2024, cultivated by farmers across the country. Minister Mustafa said the rice strain GRDB 16, which is the current highest yielding strain, has been added to the rice production efforts.
We have a variety that came out a few months ago called the GRDB 16. That is a very high yielding variety that we are doing. So the traditional area we have been working, we have been expanding.
Rice stands as the primary agriculture export for Guyana, and the ministry is collaborating with various partners to boost production. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
As the Guyana government continues to invest in enhancing healthcare delivery across the country, ultrasound machines and digital X-ray viewing stations to the tune of $49.2 million were handed over to health facilities in Regions 3, 4, and 5. Michael Henry tells us more.
On Friday, the Health Ministry presented the array of machines totaling $49.2 million to health facilities in Regions 3, 4, and 5. The equipment includes fixed and portable ultrasound machines and digital X-ray machines viewing stations. During the handing over ceremony on Friday at the ministry's Brickdam headquarters, Regional Health Officer for Region 5, Dr. Theresa Sarju, stated that the equipment granted will significantly expand the region's diagnostic capacity.
It will not only be added to the hospital capacity, but now we'll be able to do outreaches with a portable ultrasound. Examples, Moroccobai, Moore Point, and other areas. This will increase the region diagnostic capacity and for our patients in Region 5.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Frank Anthony revealed that additional machines have also been bought to aid every region.
While we are doing this for these 3 regions, we have also bought additional machines, and so every region would be benefiting from new ultrasound, both in terms of portables and in terms of machines that would be in the various institutions. So from our perspective, we are very happy to be able to make this presentation to the various regions. We hope that they would use it to its optimum.
The minister also revealed that a training is set to commence for ultrasound technicians.
We are also starting a training program for ultrasound technicians. This would be done by Mohawk College in Canada, and we have already identified, I think, 16 persons who would be in the first batch to be trained. And again, we're selecting people from various regions. So as it is right now, ultrasounds are mostly done by doctors, and what we want to do now is train technicians to be able to do the ultrasounds, and so we can free up the doctor's time.
Michael Henry, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge report.
The Damara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, April 21, 2024 at 3 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 14 hours 55 on Sunday, April 21, 2024, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
And now, the local stock exchange market, compliments of Gassy. Harpy Eagles on brink of title retention after flattening CCC. This and more coming up in the Sportscast, sponsored by McCord.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.